Ritsuka was walking in Chaldea's hallway, minding his own business. Well, today seems to be a good day. There's no chaos, no singularity to deal with, and everyone here is on good terms, for the most part at least. Looks like nothing bad will happen today. As Ritsuka kept walking, he noticed a certain servant standing weirdly on a wall. And that servant was Angra Mainyu, also known as all the world's evil. What is Angra Mainyu doing over there? And why is he standing here awkwardly? I'll go check up on him to see what's wrong with him. Ritsuka then went over to where Angra Mainyu was. Meanwhile, Angra Mainyu was standing behind a hallway, hoping that he wasn't seen. Phew. He hasn't saw me yet. Guess I can leave now, and dash. Angra Mainyu, what are you doing? Ritsuka interrupted, snapping Angra Mainyu out of his thoughts. Shocked, he turned around to see who found him. In his relief, it was Ritsuka that found him. Oh. Hey master, Angra Mainyu said with a sigh of relief. What are you doing here? That's my question. What were you doing behind over there? Were you hiding from something or someone? Angra Mainyu scoffed at Ritsuka's question. Heh. That's a funny joke to hear, master. Just how was I hiding? Well, to be blunt, you were standing awkwardly over there. Care to explain that? Angra Mainyu didn't say anything for a moment. Oh that? That as well, I was stretching for a moment over there. Ritsuka raised his eyebrow. Stretching? Yeah. You got a problem with that? Well no, but dash Ritsuka said, but was cut off from Angra Mainyu. Exactly. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm going back to my room, master. And don't bother me. Understand? Ritsuka sighed. Yeah. Good. Angra Mainyu then quickly took off. What's with him? Ritsuka thought as he saw Angra Mainyu took off as fast as he can. Meanwhile, Angra Mainyu was running towards his room as fast as his can, surprising any servant that passed him by. Eventually, he arrived at his room and closed the door. He let out a sigh as he was alone in his room. Phew. Finally, alone in my room, especially when I'm not near Emiya Shirou. That guy still scares me. Even now, I'm surprised he managed to get himself here. Angra Mainyu thought as his mind went back to the day he found out that Emiya Shirou arrived in Chaldea. Many months ago. Angra Mainyu was walking down the hallway in Chaldea, minding his own business. As he did, he overheard something that completely shocked him. Hey, did you hear? One servant said. Yeah. We have a new servant here, and apparently, he's like Gilgamesh, but a lot nicer, another servant replied. Really? Who is it? The servant's name is Emiya Shirou. Emiya Shirou, never heard of him in any legend I've ever heard of. Do you have any idea what legend is he from? Me neither. I see. In an instant, Angra Mainyu quickly ran in the hallway like a maniac and headed towards his room. As he arrived in his room, his mind was in a shock over what he just heard. What the heck? You got to be kidding me? Emiya Shirou is here? He of all people became a servant? And he's here right now? Great, this is the worst since I'm practically the one that nearly turned his life into a living hell and nearly killed him. If he sees me right now, he's definitely going to go after me relentlessly over something that was the aftermath of my loss in the Third Holy Grail War. And even then, I didn't do anything. Geez, things are going to be a pain in the ass if he sees me. For a few minutes, Angra Mainyu took a few deep breaths, calming himself down. Okay. Now that Emiya Shirou is here, I can't be careless in wherever I go. In other words, I cannot meet him in any situation. Hopefully I can do this. And this is how Angra Mainyu began avoiding Emiya Shirou this whole time. back to the present. As Angra Mainyu was back checking his past, he had a few thoughts to himself. Okay, it's been a while since I've avoided Emiya Shirou. I mean, I'm not scared of him. It's just that he creeps me out for some reason. And there's his noble phantasm. A few days after Emiya Shirou's victory over Archer Gilgamesh, Angra Mainyu was relaxing in one of Chaldea's recreational rooms, drinking a can of soda as he sat down on one of the sofas there. However, his relaxation was interrupted by a conversation from two servants. Normally, he would just ignore the conversation and continue drinking his soda. However, what the servant said next completely shocked him. "Hey, did you hear? The servant known as Emiya Shirou actually beat the king of heroes," one servant said. "Really?" "Yeah. It was said that Emiya Shirou possessed two noble phantasms. One which is a reality marble. And the other? A katana called Sumigari Muramasa. It's a blade that can purge resentment, cut through bonds, fate, causality, and destiny, and slice through the idea of karma itself. In other words, it's a blade that can kill gods." "No way?" "Yeah." As the conversation between the two servants continued, Angra Mainyu was sweating a bit upon hearing what Shirou's noble phantasms are. Okay, this is ridiculous. It's one thing that Shirou possesses two noble phantasms, but it's another thing if one of them is a reality marble. Not only that, but what kind of bullshit is Sumigari Muramasa? A blade that can purge resentment, cut through bonds, fate, causality, and destiny, and slice through the idea of karma itself? That's practically poison to me. And I'm the one that spreads cursed mud. And he beat the king of heroes? The same guy that practically got out of the mud of the Grail with just his ego? Just what is he now, a god killer? Back to the present again. Angra Mainyu sighed as he remembered the conversations about Emiya Shirou he overheard in the past. Man. Maybe I'll go to sleep and wonder if tomorrow will be good at least. All of this stress about not meeting Emiya Shirou is making me crazy. And Angra Mainyu soon went to bed, sleeping as he hoped for a better tomorrow. The next day, Angra Mainyu let out a sigh as he was walking down the hallway. Well, today seems to be going well. Master isn't bothering me, Emiya Shirou isn't around wherever I go, and no one isn't annoying me. Looks like nothing bad will happen to me. However, as if life wants to screw him over, Angra Mainyu sensed Shirou's presence coming in front of him and he was startled by it. Crap. I just had to jinx it. Angra Mainyu then looked around to see if there was anywhere to hide. As he looked around, he saw a room he could escape into. Great! I can hide over there. In an instant, Angra Mainyu went into the room, hiding from Shirou. Phew. That was close. However, when he turned around, he realized what room he was in. He was in the girls' bathroom, and every female servant that was in the room was staring at him angrily. Oh shit. And in an instant, he was attacked by all the female servants that were there. Angra Mainyu sighed as he looked at the injuries the female servants gave him earlier. Geez, who would have ever thought that the room I hid into happened to be the bathroom for the girls? Well, hope eating lunch would calm my nerves. He thought as he was walking towards the cafeteria. However, as he got to the cafeteria, he quickly retreated upon seeing who was there. It was Emiya Shirou, who was cooking for everyone over there. Especially Arturia and her counterparts. Ah, come on. I just got here and he's already there. I swear, does Emiya Shirou even have a life? And how is it that whenever I go somewhere that is safe, he appears at the wrong time? Does Alea or Gaia have a grudge against me? This is unfair. After a few seconds of his mind rant, Angra Mainyu calmed down and thought out his plans. Okay. There's no need to panic. All I need to do is to wait it out and wait for him to leave. That should work at least, he thought as he began to wait for Shirou to come out. However, as time passed, Emiya Shirou did not come out of the cafeteria. Really? It's already this long, and he's still not done with what's he doing over there. Geez, just what is keeping him in there? Many minutes passed, and eventually, Angra Mainyu got tired of waiting. Screw it, I'll get something from the vending machine. And Angra Mainyu left. Angra Mainyu sighed as he was walking in the hallway, stressing out over what happened earlier. Geez, it's already halfway into the afternoon, and I'm already exhausted from running and hiding from Emiya Shirou. Geez, this is even more painful than what those villagers did to me in the past. Well, at least I ain't going to encounter him now. However, as soon as he thought that, his worst fear has come to life. In the form of Emiya Shirou and Ritsuka. As soon as Angra Mainyu had contact on both Shirou and Ritsuka, one thought came into his mind. Crap. Meanwhile, Shirou and Ritsuka laid eyes on Angra Mainyu. As they did, Shirou felt an uneasy, yet familiar feeling from him. This feeling of uneasiness, and that weird aura of his, no. It can't be. Shirou thought. Oh. Hey Angra Mainyu. How are you doing? Ritsuka asked. Angra Mainyu mentally facepalmed at Ritsuka's question. Well, thanks to what just happened now, I'm not doing so well, because of you master. You just happened to bring the one person I do not want to meet right now. Great, now I'm screwed. Meanwhile, Shirou was feeling uneasy about Angra Mainyu in front of him. A master, what did you say earlier? HM? I just asked Angra Mainyu how he's doing. Why? In an instant, Shirou realized the servant that was in front of him. He was Angra Mainyu, the same servant that caused the after effects of the 4th Fuyuki Grail War and nearly the 5th if Shirou didn't order Arturia to destroy the Grail. I see. In an instant, Shirou launched himself at Angra Mainyu, drawing his katana, and began to strike at him. Realizing what was about to happen, Angra Mainyu also drew his weapons to defend himself. Ritsuka was shocked to see Shirou out of character as he was attacking Angra Mainyu. Shirou! What are you doing? Master! Do you have any idea who the servant is? Shirou yelled. Why yes. Then let me finish this. This servant shouldn't be here. Soon, Shirou and Angra started fighting among each other. As they were fighting, Shirou was slowly gaining the upper hand as he kept attacking Angra Mainyu, forcing him to defend himself. Realizing that Shirou was planning to kill Angra Mainyu, Ritsuka then raised one of his hands. By the order of my command seal, I demand you to cease this fighting immediately. Upon Ritsuka's command, one of his command seals disappeared, forcing Shirou to stop fighting against Angra Mainyu. Master, he muttered. Shirou, put your weapon down for a moment. Let's just talk this out for a moment. Okay? Ritsuka asked. Shirou sighed. All right, master, he said as he sheathed his katana. Angra Mainyu sighed as the fight was over. Phew. That was close. I was so close to getting myself killed there. Alright then, would you explain why you would attack Angra Mainyu, Shirou? Ritsuka asked. Shirou let out a small sigh. Master, the servant that is in front of me now is the main reason why the Grail Wars in my time was disastrous. Ritsuka was shocked. Really? Yeah. Thanks to the mud he left behind, the Grail of my world was so tainted that it wasn't even able to make wishes come true. Is that so? Yeah. Ritsuka then turned to Angra Mainyu. Is all of that true, Angra Mainyu? Angra Mainyu sighed. Yes. However, to be fair, blame the Einsburns for trying to cheat in the Third Grail War. If they hadn't cheated and summoned me in the first place, all of that crap that happened in your world never happened. Why you dash? Shirou said as he was getting angry. Ritsuka sighed and decided to cut in to prevent this to get even further. Alright, now I don't know what the heck happened between the two of you, but for now, let's get along. Okay? And don't make me use a command seal on both of you. Upon hearing Ritsuka's command, both Shirou and Angra Mainyu reluctantly agreed. Fine, they said in unison. Good. Now Shirou, apologize. Shirou then looked at Angra Mainyu and said, sorry. No need. I'm already used to be hated already, Angra Mainyu said. Ritsuka smiled. Good. Now let's move on, shall we? Both Shirou and Angra Mainyu sighed. Fine. Excellent. And Angra Mainyu went left both Shirou and Ritsuka. As he did, he let out a sigh. Phew. That was close. Hope I'll never see him again. Angra Mainyu, I don't know what you're doing here, but if you cause any harm to Master, I'll kill you. Also, why is it that you look like me?